All right. Thank you for being here this morning. I'm excited. This is one of my favorite challenges, and I think a lot of people feel that way. So we're gonna kick off this Christmas challenge, kind of. It's already a week into it because of the way that the Tuesday fell. But so day 7 of the challenge, we're going to get in there and get as many golden tickets as we can, and then come back and report how many we got during this 30-minute session. And then the winner basically just gets bragging rights. We have Cami and Lawrence who have kind of been going back and forth winning. Usually it's either one of them and they're kind of neck and neck. So let's see if any of us can beat them. I finally got a piano back, a working keyboard. So I can participate, but I do still have more kids with me. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to actually compete. So, all right, we have 30 minutes. We're going to come back at 10:35. All right, remember to mute yourselves so we don't hear any chaos.
Okay, go ahead and finish up the one that you're on. That was a big sigh, Lawrence. I don't know what to think of that. Here, okay. Oops, let's see. Okay, and when you have come back in, go ahead and put how many pieces you were able to complete today in the chat. Let's see here. Michelle, you got 32?
I know, it was pretty impressive. And I
That's
even did things between those 32.
that's pretty impressive. I think that might be the highest number you've been had.
Probably. Yeah, they were playing in their teepee for a while, so it let me like focus for at least like a good 15 minutes. So
That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Lawrence, it is my day.
oh my goodness.
I had a good
Cami
day.
is the queen again.
I had to redeem myself.
How do you do that?
I hit the little arrow button to go to the next song. And then I just do them
Mine
fast.
still, when I hit the arrow button, it still flashes a couple of screens.
Yeah. I just keep hitting it.
At one point, my iPad just went zzz, it went zzz, and it quit.
It's like, you've worn me out. I can't do all of this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Did you guys notice the new pop-up though? How they changed the pop-up for like after you get the golden ticket, the pop-up that comes up and tells you your rank and
No, we definitely don't look at those.
Wait,
No.
Carrie, we don't have your numbers yet. Carrie was really close to me and Laura's last time. What, you got 2? Oh, because you came in late? Oh. Okay.
A real contender this time.
I thought you were saying you were only 2 above or 2 below. That's where I thought you were going.
Oh, look where we are. Look where we are. We're moved up here.
Everything looks so fancy on like the new leaderboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys like the new leaderboard?
Mm.
Yeah. That's good. We also eventually want to put a little avatar on there. So they have their country flag and also a little avatar so they can create like a little person if they want to. But that's down the road.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Then you can kind of see roughly what people look like. Feel like there's a little more connection, but we don't have to deal with like pictures and the privacy issues that causes. So the avatars would be a good.
So I'm curious, Michelle, you have a new piano. What were you able to get?
It's
Because
a
you had was
very,
it
it's
Kurzweiler
old.
before?
It was a Kurzweil, and it is older than my last
Oh.
keyboard, but it works really well. It sounds great, has good touch and everything, so I'm happy with it. But it looks really old, and it's not the same color as everything else in my house, so it just doesn't look great. But it's fine, it works. So
You know, I think my keyboard is a 2000. I think it's oh no, it's
yeah,
pre 2000. It's a Clavinova though. They live on.
yeah. It's a Technics, which I
Live
wasn't
on
even
and
really
on.
familiar with that brand, but it's good. It's a pretty nice piano. So
It's so nice to have
nothing
a
wrong
piano
with
back.
used keyboards.
Yeah, we
But
promote those all the time.
all right. Well, congrats, Cami, on your win.
I wasn't sure if I was ever going to have a chance again because Lawrence had taken me down over and over. So I was like, oh,
I'll try to get back at you.
okay. Okay.
I'd like
Sounds
to see
good.
somebody else come in and crush them.
I know.
'Cause
I
I
am.
tried.
I know.
tried.
You did, yeah, you did great.
Well,
50
you
was
already
awesome.
had like 60 something tickets before. Were any of them the easier ones, Anne, that you had completed previously?
No, I previously I did all like level 3 and 4.
Oh, okay.
I saved the easy ones for today.
Mm.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
That's a good
usually me and
strategy.
Lawrence strategy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a strategy?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Does that make you bored though, or is it like because it's a competition, it's not boring?
Yeah,
It's very
That
boring.
I was like falling asleep this time.
I well, it was starting
Legitimately
to
falling
be. I
asleep.
was like, hasn't it been 30 minutes? And then my phone started ringing. I'm like, uh-oh.
This is getting kind of long.
Yeah.
So apparently
I
that
was
is the
Asher was having a meltdown. I could not get him to calm down, so I was trying to like message everybody and say, "Hey, Cammy, can you take over?" And she
but we
was
were all like
deep into
so
yeah.
focused. Like I
So-
was not the only way to get a hold of me was to call me on my phone because I was in the zone.
Yeah. But
So.
cool. All right. So does anybody have any questions or problems that they've run into in the last couple of weeks that they want some help with?
I have a question. It doesn't necessarily have to do with Piano Marvel, but it's more of technique that I need some ideas from you guys.
Perfect.
I'm trying to explain to a student how to play legato, and I can do it. I can show it, but my explanation is not working. So I need someone else to kind of give me like, how do you explain? How do you
So-
demonstrate how like a technical exercise that could help them practice playing legato?
So what have you tried to explain it before? Like what's an explanation that you have given your student? That way we know where you're starting from.
So first of all, like I focus on making sure that, that their hand position is really good. They've got that nice kind of tight and that thumb's kind of that C. I've worked on that. And then just making sure that like almost, I play the organ, and when you play the organ, you almost have to like slide your fingers. Like you have to, you don't put the next one down without like two of them down at the same time, right? You don't ever lift up until the other one's down. So I've kind of tried to explain that, but it's lacking. So I just need some other ideas of how I could explain it. And it's an online student, so I can show them, but I almost kind of need it written as well. Does that make sense?
Do you know what kind of learner this student is? Like, do they have a strength in oral or visual or analytical or tactile, like motor?
Oral. Very, yeah.
So have you played examples online that are very clear demonstrations of staccato versus legato, like the very opposites?
Mm-hmm.
So they could hear the difference?
They can hear it, but it's just actually maneuvering and actually pulling it off.
So they physically can't create the sound, even though they understand the concept and are attempting to create it.
So I'm trying to create some technical exercise that I could have them practice playing legato.
Ideas? We have a lot of experts in this room.
Yeah, that's something.
You guys would all have learned it like in college. I didn't go to college for music, so I'm thinking you guys all learned it like in your first year of like music program. And so that's why I'm like, you guys will know.
Well, if you have I haven't had a student that struggled this much with it in the past. So that's why I'm like, what would I do? But I'm waiting to hear everybody else.
How old is this student?
12.
And what level are they at? Just beginning or?
He's like level 2 of the trophy cases. So yeah, still kind of beginning. Yeah.
So maybe just know over time with practice, if he gets the concept, maybe it's just a matter of practice, practice, practice. Give him. My organ teacher when I was 14 explained it to me that it was like a snake slithering. I'm a visual. So she talked about imagining a snake sliding across the keyboard, that it would just go like that. So slowly, one to a time. So she'd have me practice one, and then put down two and then lift one, three, then lift two. And
Okay.
so then, and kind of do it very slowly.
Yeah.
And then a little faster and a little faster till I could imagine my fingers being that snake moving across the keyboard. And once I could get it 1 through 5, then I could rotate my wrist and be able to do a bigger gap instead of just steps. That helped me at age 14.
Okay.
Something else is to have the student sing. I mean, and it can just be la la la, but that singing from self helps to, particularly in the area of legato, the singing while playing kind of helps them feel the legato. So then it'll come through the fingers.
That makes sense. That would connect it for me. Okay.
Yeah, and along the lines with what Sheila was saying, practicing just between 2 notes at first can be helpful for some students. Like they're but actually not letting up until they have pushed the other note down and then letting up, and then bridging the gap between the 2 different concepts, because they seem to be going on the side of lifting up too soon, like more staccato-esque. Is that right? Because then if they recognize the concept of lifting up later, they can kind of go in between that as they I'm not saying that's exactly what Sheila was saying, but it was something I thought of when she was talking about that. Yeah, it's interesting because people learn like with Evelyn talking about relating it to singing, and then Sheila relating it to like an image she can picture, and some people just have to physically get the concept down. Like, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, the other thing that just came to my mind, if he's an RL, maybe have them record it.
Oh, and listen back.
And then listen.
And then listen back to it to see if I thought you said it's a he. Have him here, have him play staccato, and then have him play legato and listen to himself doing the difference.
It's interesting because I found that some students have a harder time doing staccato, and some students have a hard time doing legato. Legato came way easier to me than staccato. But I've heard most students, it's the other way around. It's harder to do legato than staccato. So I think, I don't know why that is. Do you guys know why that's the case? No.
Well, I always tell my students. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it's maybe an easier concept to just play as fast as you can, like as quickly as you can. Like it's bouncy, it's fast. I feel like that's an easier concept than like almost meshing notes together. Like
maybe because I was already a vocalist. Maybe it just transferred that way.
Yeah.
Isn't there a part of it too that, I mean, he's got to be rolling his wrists, right? That's right. And I think maybe he's just doing it flat. I think now that whoever said that, that's probably part of it as well.
This is actually a good one for, the piece Peter Peter.
Yeah.
Where you're rolling your wrist. You naturally have to do legato.
Right. I thought about that actually. I'm like, if I could get him to kind of get that idea of close fisted and then open it, right, and try it,
and then do the same thing with your fingers and get the same sound. Yeah.
Okay.
I tell my students it's the doorknob movement.
Yeah.
They're turning a doorknob. That's another way to think of it.
Well, and I present it about what strength it takes. I have the kids, I ask them if they think it takes more strength to swing a hammer or to be a surgeon, and we talk about the different kind of strength, that controlled strength that you need to play the piano is a lot different than physical. Anyway, So that legato slow is a strength thing, just like you'd get by lifting weights to strengthen your biceps. That slow practice helps with the strength and the control. And I talked to him about it's preparing you, especially doing both hands, to be a surgeon someday if you want.
You have great
Well, and
visuals.
when he started lessons, his mom told me that he kind of, his hands get tired. I don't know whether it's like a genetic thing or whatever. She had told me that, but I haven't seen it yet. Like he plays just fine. Like he played Rush E and, totally like was all over it. And that's like a fast moving one, right? He seems to be fine, but maybe it's that fine motor, right, of twisting that maybe he needs to build that strength.
Yeah,
Is
that's
he
a good point
anxious
too,
or
because when you think about the mechanics of pressing down more than one finger at a time, like there are some people that can't do certain things with their fingers because they just
Right.
haven't built up specific movements,
Right.
like different muscles. So it's possible that he just needs to build up those muscles in his wrist.
So even maybe just doing, like that kind
Maybe.
of stuff. Okay.
Or
That makes
practicing
sense.
that they just have their finger
Yeah.
on the keyboard and practice lifting one finger at a time.
Mhm.
Fine.
Yeah,
Getting that
that's good
control
too.
and lifting 4 alone is the hardest, I think, because
Yes,
of
it
that
is.
little
Yeah.
muscle between 4 and 5. No?
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. It's been a struggle. So perfect.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
So awesome to have this group to ask questions like that too.
Very
Because
much.
we all have different perspectives and we've taught different students with different struggles. So yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
does
you.
anybody have any other questions while we're
Yeah,
here?
do we know when does that Black Friday program start?
Oh, the 20th?
The
November
20th of
20th.
November?
Mhm.
Okay, I have parents chomping at the bit here.
Yeah, and we're hearing about it all day, every day right now. When's the Black Friday sale? So, but it goes.
So the
through-
affiliate program, do you get any rebate if they sign up through the discount, for the
No,
discount?
no,
Okay,
you don't. Unfortunately, it's just such a big discount that we can't add it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I won't even bother
that's
to tell
separate.
people to put the thing in. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'd rather have
Good
them
question.
get on the program.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I don't. Technically, I have an affiliate code, but there's like 4
Yeah,
people
I
using
hardly
it. So
know this thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But good
Well.
question. Any other questions? Or anything at all? Oh, I can't hear you, Cami.
Oh, I just said, I don't think so. Is it going through
Okay.
your piano? Oh.
No, that's what I checked. I was like, my piano's still on, right? But I don't know. You just
So
were like silent for a second.
if we submit Christmas pieces through the upload link there, will they
Mhm.
get looked out and reviewed?
Yep.
Okay, because
Looked at, reviewed, and then put onto the
we still have
challenge.
one from last year that never got reviewed and
Okay, you
we
can
have them
resubmit that one.
I'll have her do
Yeah.
that. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes they'll send you an email with a few things to change. So
Right.
just watch out for emails as well
Right.
after you submit it.
Yeah. That
Otherwise,
gives
if there's nothing to change, they'll just go ahead and put it right into the challenge.
Yeah.
So, awesome. Well, cool. Thank you guys for being here. We haven't actually planned our next meeting in 2 weeks from today. So we need to get on that. Is there anything that anybody really wants to talk about or a discussion or something they'd like to learn? Because we'll take that into account as we're planning this next week.
I have
Yes, Sheila.
something. I'm still struggling with having big groups of 24 or 18. I have 18
Yeah.
5th and 6th graders, and they're still just moving at such different paces that I'm deciding I'm going to have little small breakout groups. I know somebody talked about having students come up one at a time, but I'm thinking I'm going to start with a little group, and I have these whiteboards with staff things on them, and I'm going to start working today with I had everybody do a Sasser report last week, and I don't know what the typical Sasser scores are. I didn't know how to compare.
For that age group, they're quite low. It's
Okay.
even some in the 100s, 200s,
Yeah, these
around
kids
there.
are all in the
Yeah.
100s. They're all
Yeah.
beginners. So
Yeah.
my highest was like 144, and the lowest was like
What?
1. That they were just barely getting through. And I think that's the first time I'd had them do a Sasser. So I thought as they get more used to it, they'll
Yeah,
do
and
better.
that's pretty typical of beginners the first time they take a Sasser, and that's actually great because that you'll see them improve really quickly. So they'll actually get
Okay.
to see see progress and improvement.
And
But
so,
yeah, I think that would be a good one would be to talk about large groups because it is a very different dynamic. And we have a few public school teachers that I think would be
Yeah, that's what
really
I was
good
thinking
for
of.
that.
Josh Harris, for example,
Yeah.
or Mark McCormick. What is
Oh,
but I thought I'd get
Dr.
some,
C, I think.
maybe even some of you that teach smaller groups. I've watched all the things that Aaron showed with his groups of
Mhm.
6. And so for like example, school, Skittles does not work. That would be slime
Right.
all over the keyboards.
Yeah.
So I use pom-poms.
Yeah,
You know,
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Then they put the pom-poms on the piano and then I collect them at the end and I have contests between the different classes of who gathers the most pom-poms. So
Cool.
I came up with that, has been helpful, but I still do the
Awesome.
puzzle things and have 2 or 3 puzzles going at a big table.
Cool.
And then they could choose a puzzle piece to do. And that I liked that Aaron taught, but I think this small group, I'm trying to decide, do I focus on the kids that are achieving and kind of challenge them a few at a time, or do I work with the kids that are struggling? I'm just trying to decide. Today I'm going to start with some struggling kids and I have whiteboards with the staff notes and we're going to talk about, okay, I'll play a note on the piano and try to see if they can notate what note that is, if they can write their own middle C. Or I debated if I should use flashcards. I didn't know. Anyway, I'm trying to decide what I'm doing this afternoon.
That
So-
would be an excellent.
Can you remind
discuss-
me how many students you have in, is it like 20 something in a class at a time?
Well, 24 in the 4th grade classes, and a
Okay.
5th and 6th, there's 19 in each of those classes. So
Okay. Yeah.
So
those are
4th,
pretty big
5th, and
groups.
6th.
that's what I'm teaching right now. Yeah.
Okay, because Josh Harris, is he middle school?
Middle and high school. So he's great, but he doesn't deal with that same
It's a
age
whole
group. So I'm
different
trying-
level. Yeah.
I'm thinking of looking at some other elementary school teachers and hopefully
Yeah, and
getting
your
some
dad
insight from them.
probably.
That's true.
Has
My
he
dad
done
actually
that grade?
he taught. So my dad basically used my elementary school growing up. He was the music teacher. He used 300 kids at a time as the guinea pigs for setting up the piano marble system. So he taught I think 10 years in elementary school and had some really good success. So maybe just having him and then one other elementary school teacher that's currently teaching, have them come in and give some advice. I think that could be a really good session.
Yeah, and even anybody who teaches group, if we invite them to come and
Mhm.
share some of their things,
Yeah.
because something that I teach a group online, and one thing that is
Yeah.
really effective for teaching the theory, they'll watch a video to learn the theory, but then we play like Kahoot or Gimkit or Blookit, where it's a game, and they
Yeah.
learn their theory like way faster and way better than the
So
traditional
I don't know what you're
approach.
talking about. So I'd love to learn more about what you're talking about. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we'll do that. That sounds great. I really like that idea. I think it would be helpful for more than just you. I think it'd be helpful for a lot of people. So we'll put that together. Thank you for your input. All right, cool. Well, then we will see you in 2 weeks for that awesome discussion. I'm really excited about that now.
And we'll see you in a month, Lawrence. Oh, no, we won't. Actually,
Oh, you're right. That's true. We don't have one in December because it's still the same challenge. Well, maybe we'll do like a follow-up play party because it doesn't have to be the beginning necessarily. So we'll let you guys know what we decide
Okay.
to do with that. But all right, we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Okay, thank you.
bye.
We'll see you. Bye.